Hailee Steinfeld's breakout role in True Grit at only 13 showed the world she wasn't the average child actor. Here's how the actress and singer beat out 15,000 other girls for her role as Mattie Ross. Before the audition, Los Angeles native was more than prepared to read for the role of Mattie Ross. When asked about her confidence going up against 15,000 other 12 to 17-year-olds for the role, Hailee Steinfeld said,
"It was the first time going and reading for this that I was, that I could say to myself I was 110% prepared."
She even went to the audition in costume, wearing a burlap skirt her mom had sewn for her and a top from her mother's closet. Clearly, her 110% preparedness was a hit with writers and directors Ethan and Joel Coen, aka the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers were impressed with Hailee's natural talent, with Joel Coen saying, "It's not a question of experience or training or any of the rest of it. Either you've got it or you don't." And Hailee's sure got it. Even her co-star Jeff Bridges had been worried about her young age. She was only 14 when they shot the film, and had big dialogue required.
"My mother's at home looking after my sister Victoria and my brother little Frank."
But when he saw how invested she was in character and how much talent and skill she had as an actress, he said he was so thrilled and relieved. But even with all that raw talent to land the role, Hailee still trained for her art and studied acting and performance since she decided she wanted to pursue it. She was 8 years old when she told her parents she wanted to pursue acting. They told her she needed to do 1 year of classes.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and I ran into my parents' room and I was like, "I want to be in commercials."
A few years later, she booked True Grit. You could say those 6 years were entirely worth it. It was worth it for Hailee, who booked the role, and it was worth it for the Coen brothers, who spent months searching for Hailee. They went across 6 states, Arkansas to Texas, Mississippi to Oklahoma, and seemingly everywhere in between. But according to Joel, 90% of the kids just get eliminated for one very obvious reason. They're not actors in any sort of natural way. That was until they found Mattie in Hailee. After finding their Mattie, that led to Hailee receiving her first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. She got to live her dream of walking the red carpet.
I'm so just ecstatic that I get to experience it.
But she says she didn't realize the magnitude of such an achievement at the time. She told The Independent 5 years after the nomination, "Looking back on that, I really feel like I'm so much more aware of what that meant now than I could have done then." She was, however, aware of how legendary it was to be acting alongside Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon. She told ET she couldn't have dreamt of a better place to start her film career, and working with Jeff and Matt taught her so much. And over a decade after the movie's release, she said, "If I'm on set, I find myself doing something or another that reminds me of them, and I know that I'm doing it because I learned it from them." You can imagine Hailee's life changed quite a bit after True Grit and the newfound fame it brought to her. But one of the most significant changes was not experiencing the same things most kids her age did then. She switched to homeschooling. And did she miss school?
No, I don't.
And even though she missed going to winter formal or homecoming because of her new work schedule, she told people attending premieres and award shows definitely made up for it. Before her life-changing role, the entire process was quite a whirlwind for Hailee. She heard about the auditions through her cousin, who saw the casting call on a website. In January, she sent 2 self-tapes. 5 weeks later, she was called to read for the Coen brothers. After going in 3 times within a week, she was cast. The movie was shot, released, and on the awards circuit within a year.
Craziest part about that whole experience was it all happened in 1 year. We shot the movie, it came out, we ran the award circuit.
Woo! What a year. But don't get it twisted. Hailee's success with True Grit came after a lot of rejection. But despite all the rejection she faced, Hailee's advice to all the young stars out there, seeing how things turned out for Hailee, is to know it's going to take some rejection. But
it takes rejection, and if it's what you want, you're gonna have to face that.
So don't give up. And don't let the success get to your head. At least Hailee hasn't by keeping her core group strong and leaning on them for support. She credits her friends and family for keeping her grounded all these years following the success of her breakout role. She told people, "They love and care about me and will whip me back into shape if I ever step out of line." It's hard to imagine where Hailee could be today if she hadn't gotten that role in True Grit. But judging by her work ethic and pure talent, she probably would have ended up performing one way or another.